She has the vocabulary of an authoritarian. You will say my pronouns. And that's the scary thing about these types of ideas. This should be pretty fun. We're taking a little bit of a detour than what we normally do, covering a lot of the stuff on the news. I figured we'd have a change of pace and have a little bit of fun doing some reaction videos while we're. I just figured it'd be fun to do some reaction videos, so why not? This will be an interesting one. So now we're going to be doing a reaction video on insane woke TikToks will make you cringe. We'll see. We'll see. How cringy could it be? Let's get into it. All right. Smiling. Pixie haircut. That's pretty par for the course for a lot of people in this community, at least, which would be the TikTok cringe community. Is that what it is? All right.
Nobody needs you to advocate for how difficult it is to use gender-neutral pronouns. No.
Oh, jeez. Oof. Oh.
Nobody said that the gender binary was f***ing easy. These are not my preferred advocate for how difficult it is to use gender-neutral pronouns. Nobody said that the gender binary was
Oh boy, you want that staring at you? You want that?
Easy.
Ooh. 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 Ooh, boy. She's got a lesson. She's got a lesson and you're going to learn it. You're going to learn it. Are you ready? Learn this lesson.
These are not my preferred pronouns. These are my pronouns. You will use them or you will not refer to me.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh, it's so... Oh. Why do you have to talk like that, though? You will not do this, or you will not refer to me. Okay, Queen. Okay, Queen. Queen Karen, another Karen. This is very Karenish. Just coming at people right off the bat.
At all. If you misgender me by mistake...
I don't think people would want to communicate with you anyway, especially if that's how you communicate. If you're talking to people like this, very condescendingly, as if they don't understand what you're saying, I'm sure that they can grasp the ideas of what you're saying. They're just having a hard time taking it seriously. That might be what it is. Not that that's a bad thing.
Fix it and move on. I don't need your elaborate apology. I don't care how many times you say sorry. Just don't do it again.
Okay? Just don't do it again. Or else. I mean, she talks... She has the vocabulary of an authoritarian. You will say my pronouns. And that's the scary thing about these types of ideas, is you're trying to reflect your inner world. You want your inner self to reflect the outer self, and you want your experiences to cater to what your inner experience is telling you. But you are dealing with a whole bunch of people who have different experiences, and they're not necessarily going to be talking to you the way that you want. Now, I've been in so many different situations where people weren't communicating with me the right way, and I could have been offended, or I could have just understood, which is where I was more so at, that people aren't going to always get along either, and people who I philosophically do not agree with and do not get along with, we can live in a society together. We definitely can.
Moreover, if someone else misgenders me...
Moreover, why is she trying to sound so fancy, dude? Like, what are you doing? Is that how you talk? Because I'm sure you probably don't have a lot of friends. If that's how you talk, you already don't have a lot of friends.
It is never your job to tell them that it's okay. Because it isn't. I get it. The discussion of the gender spectrum...
Because it's not okay. Now, what was she talking about? What's not okay?
Moreover, if someone else misgenders me, it is never your job to tell them that it's okay. 'Cause it isn't.
But, like, what... I mean, people are going to make mistakes, right? And it's not okay for people to make mistakes. I mean, we all do make mistakes.
I get it. The discussion of the gender spectrum confused...
Not even saying that that was a real mistake. It might be a real mistake in her head. Could be just reflecting reality.
...you, and that's fine. But if you don't know anything...
And I have a lot of feelings. There's a lot of people who are trying to not have reality reflect onto them.
...about it, don't fucking speak on it.
You want your fantasy
There
world.
are non-binary people. There are trans men who lactate. There are those who go by...
There's men who lactate. There's biological men who are born as male, who lactate as well. Maybe some messes up in the hormones and they get gynecomastia and, yeah, they lactate. So, yeah, there's definitely a spectrum in biology where all of these kind of swing in and out, which I'm not even arguing with. My point is, you can't expect people to reflect your inner world and be offended and angry when they don't, because a lot of people are not going to be happy.
He, him, different pronouns. It's just inclusive to everybody. It is not hurting cis women to say chest feeding.
What is cis women? That's like straight women? So they have like their own distinguishable vocab turn?
Cis women to say chest feeding. But it does hurt.
Chest feeding, breastfeeding, chest feed. Oh, I guess. Is breastfeeding not even a thing now? I don't even, man, this is so hard to keep up with.
Those who go by other pronouns to continue to say breastfeeding, especially if they have body dysmorphia.
What's something you own that you don't ever plan on using?
My uterus. Because and I mean this with all disrespect, them kids.
But you ain't got no kids anyway. Like, that's, you're not going to use your uterus? Okay. People care. Cupiosexual people are sexuals who still desire sexual relationship yet experience no sexual attraction. Some cupiosexual people may engage in sexual relationship despite not feeling sexual attraction, while others don't. Both are valid and communication is key. Yeah, it just sounds like you got a personal problem.
Cupiosexual people may decide to have a sexual relationship despite not feeling sexual attraction while others don't. Both are completely valid and communication is key.
What are your preferred pronouns? They, them. Oh, I've never heard those before. What are they? They're what's known as neopronouns.
Neopronouns. New agey pronouns.
What are neopronouns? They're basically your own custom pronouns. When no other pronouns seem to fit, you come up with your own pronouns. And
so you're just making it up. You're just making this shit up. I mean...
anything can really be a pronoun. Oh, how do I use them?
You just make it up.
It depends on the person and their pronouns.
No, it doesn't. I can make one up if I want to.
They, them follows a similar spelling to they and them, and even similar grammar rules like there and there. So they, them, themselves, theirs, things like that. Oh, okay. And there are other neopronouns you said?
So it's like a cutesy way of changing the language that you were used to using as you were growing up. And hey, change it up. Change it up if you want. Change it up.
Well, yeah, because they're customizable. Anything can be a pronoun,
This is just silly,
really.
though.
Oh, I didn't realize that you can customize.
But, you know, like, people tend to overanalyze things. And, you know, if you go down the gender binary too much, you will start overanalyzing and creating terms and being like, well, no, I still can't find a community that specifically is me perfectly.
Customize your own pronouns. That's pretty cool. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jax, and I just came up with new neopronouns that combine he, him, she, her, and they, them, okay? So hear me out. They, them, theirs, okay? They, them, their, whatever you want to consider it, right? Let's take the first one, the, okay? This combines she, he, and they, right?
So are you trying to just cover everybody now? So you're trying to, huh. So this is like an all-encompassing pronoun.
They, the. That's what they said, you know? That's what they said. Next, we got them, right? Okay, so them, that's just combining them and him. Them. You know? I went to a movie with him the other night. Last one, theirs. Okay? It's just like theirs, but like also like hers. Theirs. That jacket's theirs. Yes, this just sounds like they, them pronouns, but with the new ultra-scientific method, we have them so they've combined he and she as well. Everybody gets you with he, them, theirs today, yeah?
Tips on how you can be a better intersex ally.
I mean, I don't really know. It's just so, it's fascinating to me that so much time is being spent thinking about this. And if you're in a position in life to really, really run around and demand people to be talking to you any kind of way, then you're coming from a really good position in life. Because a lot of people don't even have time to be able to, they're not lucky enough to be able to sit down and think about this type of stuff. They're just trans and they just have to deal with it, and deal with it, and deal with it, and have a hard time with it.
When it comes to inclusive language, oftentimes people tend to use phrases like people with penises or people with vaginas rather than saying male and female or men and women. While this can absolutely be inclusive for trans people, unfortunately it's not always the most inclusive language for intersex people.
So is intersex people who are both, like, they have male and female genitalia? I guess the genitalia doesn't matter. It's more so like what you want to be.
My advice is
what you believe you are. Whatever.
To use language that focuses on function and not just form. That means focusing on the actual function that you're talking about, such as people who can get pregnant, people who can get other people pregnant, people who are at risk of testicular cancer, and so on and so forth. This is much more inclusive because there are intersex people who are born with a vagina but don't have a uterus or ovaries or an ability to menstruate. This is because some people that are born with a penis don't have testes. So it's much more inclusive to say what you actually mean.
Biologically, anything is possible and has probably come out of a vagina. I mean, there's so much of it that it is possible.
Than it is.
But there are a lot of structures that we have found, and I say we as people in general, when it comes to societies, and there are structures within those societies, or mental structures within those societies, that help have a healthy civilization or society. I just use that word too much. And when the society starts to break down, a lot of the former ideas that were dictating that success of that culture or that society is on the wane, and it shows within that society where the cracks start showing, violence goes up, and all these types of things. So I am all for breaking things down, because we always have to break things down and try to understand it, and that's what we're doing with these, because we want to understand the insane woke TikToks and have some fun with it, but also get it out there that, yeah, we can agree and disagree and still live our happy little lives. You can still agree and disagree with people, because I don't agree with them, but I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that I do agree with them on. I could see it, but I don't support pushing people's verbiage and trying to make them communicate with you the way that you want them to communicate with you, because that is just not going to happen. That is not the real world, and people will not. Like, what do you think, that, like, people, you're so special, people are going to do what you say? I mean, sometimes, yeah, because most people want to be polite, but I don't think you're going to be getting that. And it's kind of getting yourself, it seems like it's getting yourself into a position where you're going to be disappointed a lot. And that's the unfortunate thing in my head, is not building up the tolerance and understanding and thinking that everyone is going to be tolerant of you, because people aren't tolerant of most anything in general.
Is to use language that works around that.
I'm trying to phrase this nicely, and I can't yell, but I want to. So,
no yelling.
Black people and people of color in the queer community aren't seen by white queers as queer as they are.
Oh shit! Oh shit! I didn't know there was going to be racist stuff in here. Oh shit! Now you're eating yourselves. You're eating yourselves.
Almost every occasion where I've been discussing my queerness or my experiences with queerness with white gays, they speak to me in a condescending way, and they probably
speak to you in a condescending way because you're a little girl. That's probably what it is, because you lack experience. Even if you were a little boy, people would still look at you condescendingly because they're like, yeah, you're young. I'm sure you've seen a lot of YouTube videos, but how much real life experience do you really have? I'm sure that's probably where their thinking is coming from. But hey, go ahead, hate each other.
Treat me as if I am a straight person imposing on a queer subject.
These guys are supposed
because
to
they
support
don't
each other.
see us as queer as them.
Supposed to.
Queerness is seen as something that is white and a way to compare oppression, and it's used to compare oppression.
Really?
Because they don't see us as queer as them. Queerness is seen as something that is white.
That's weird. Man, you guys are crazy. In the most polite sense.
And a way to compare oppression, and it's used to compare oppression. So, it's impossible.
Oppression? Oh, that's very cringe. That's oppression Olympics. Well, my family was Native American. Well, my family was Italian, and the Italians or the Irish potato. Okay, got it.
For white gays to see us as gay as them. The LGBTQ community has been used as a front to hide racism or to excuse racism. Do research on black queer.
I love it. You're doing everything that you can to try to make everybody happy, and guess what? It didn't work.
Queerness, please.
Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Watermelon sugar pride. Watermelon sugar pride. Watermelon sugar pride. Watermelon sugar pride.
Okay.
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Non-binary, gender fluid, trans men and women too. Breathe in.
I mean, they should be roasted just because this is horrendous. It's not even good. It's not even good. God, you're so cringe. Please don't tell me you pointed at the black person when you said we're black. I have a feeling a lot of these people are probably inside like actual racists. I would never want to hang out with people like this. I would never hang out with people like this. And it's not the gay, lesbian. I have so many gay, lesbian, queer, bi. I'm trying to think of the different names, but I don't know. It's not over yet. Okay. I love it though. I love it. So we started off with that first girl was cringe as shit because she's a Karen in training, definitely. She's probably going to do like a complete 360, a complete 180 whenever she turns 30 and then just like turn super racist and just start going crazy and then be like, I'm a real woman, and pump out like 20 different babies. I love it. But I really like the part that like even in some of the most wokest positions, you would think they still have racism. They still eat each other up. Even still. Can you believe that? Can you believe that everything is getting better, but yet there's still a lot of things to complain about? Look, guys, there's always a lot of things for us to complain about. But these cringe TikToks are pretty fun because it seems like menial arguments and nobody's life is being threatened at the time. And I don't support anyone not being positive towards people. And maybe I'm not positive, maybe I am, maybe whatever. I just find these types of videos very fun and fascinating. And now we're onward to the next.